Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial of OpenCart Marketplace RMA system, or the Return Merchandise Authorization System. Now in today's video tutorial I'll be showing you the workflow at the admin's end, the initial configurations that are required for the plugin, and the different options that the admin gets after the installation of the OpenCart Marketplace RMA system itself. But before we proceed further with this particular video tutorial, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. So right now you can see that I'm at the Marketplace web store front end on one of the product pages, that is the iMac. Now let me take you to the admin backend panel. So I've already logged into the admin backend panel by entering the username, password and tapping on the login button. So first of all, I'll be showing you the initial configuration settings. So after you've successfully installed this particular plugin, to make the initial configuration settings, you'll have to navigate to extensions and then extensions. There you'll have to choose the extension type as modules. Then you have to scroll down to the Marketplace Return System and tap on the edit button under the actions column. Now that will bring up the return settings, mail and the mail keywords. Now the mail keywords can be used within the mail. For example, if you want to add the return or the RMA ID within the email there, you can use the RMA_ID within your mail there. And here we have the mails, mail to admin on new return, for example, mail to seller on new return. So these mails need to be selected. You can create these mails under Marketplace and mail. And here I'll just give you an example of the RMA one. So here's the RMA mail to customer after generation of the RMA or the generation of the product return RMA, and RMA mail is sent out to the customer. So here you can create the mails, and here you can use the mail keywords to create your respective mails. Now let me take you back. So under the mails, you just have to select the respective mails for each of the activity that is going there. For example, mail to admin on seller reply. So if the seller is making a reply to the customer there, then a mail to the admin would be sent out. So from the drop down you have to select your mail to admin on seller reply. Accordingly you can create the particular mails there, then along with the keywords and the content there. Now coming to the return settings, here you can set up the return status as enabled or disabled. So whether you want to have the return merchandise authorization functionality within your store or not. So for that you can choose it as enabled or disabled. Then you have the add return time basically. So you can add the time limit for the customer, and only less than these days would the customer be able to generate the return for an order. You can set this option as 0 or blank for infinite return time. Otherwise you can set the number of days within which the customer should be able to make a refund there. Then we have the order status for return. So here you have the different order statuses, as you can see, and for these for the selected order statuses, for example, if I just set it as for example complete, if I've chosen only the complete, then the orders whose order status is complete, for those only would the customers be able to generate the return there. Otherwise you can choose as per your own requirement the order statuses for which the return should be applicable. Then we have the allowed image extensions. Now the customers while they are generating a return there, they are able to upload the images there. So from here you can set the allowed image extensions that can be used separated by commas. Then we have allowed file extensions that can be used. Then we have the allowed file or the image size. So you can set the allowed file or the image size in kilobytes here. Then you can choose your return policy that is visible to the customers before they are returning generating a return there. Then we have the voucher theme. You can select a voucher theme that would be chosen, and then we have the return address. So this after sending the shipping label to the customer, this will be the return address for the product. So here you have to set up your address as per your own requirement there. and thereafter you just need to tap here on the save button to save the configuration settings. Now, after the successful installation of this particular plugin, there will be a returns option on the side panel, under which the admin will have the manage returns, where he'll be able to manage the returns and generate the requests or the return request for on the behalf of the customers as well. Manage return status, manage return reasons, and the manage mapped products. Now, under the manage returns here, the admin would be able to see a complete list of returns that have been generated, as you can see here. In the previous video, we had placed the 108 order number and it was completed there, so we can view the particular return request from here as well. For example, let's choose another one, that's this one, the pending one, 107, and let's view it up. So here we can see that the admin can return the credit for this particular order. For example, if the customer is asking for a refund then and not a replacement, then the admin can add the store credits from here, and the amount would be added into the customer's store credit, and those points can then be used to purchase or make a purchase of any product in the store at a later time. Under the shipping label here, the admin can also upload the shipping label for this particular return that we have. Under the return images, and if there are any images that have been uploaded by the customers, those would be visible under the return images. Under the conversation, the admin will find the complete list of conversations between the sellers and the customer there for the return. If I go back to the manage return section here, returns and manage return, here you can see that apart from the complete list of returns being listed here, we are also able to add new return on behalf of the customer. So from here we have to choose the customer. For example, if I choose John Doe, I have to select his order, I have to select the reason, set the return quantity. If any additional information is to be entered, I can add some additional information as well. So for example, test info, and if there is any consignment number, I can add that as well. If I want, I can upload an image on the behalf of the customer as well, and then I can tap here on the continue button to generate a new return and new return request as well on behalf of the customers there. So after tapping on the save button, you can see that your return has been successfully saved on the behalf of the customer, and now you can see the return is visible here that we have just generated on the behalf of the customer himself. Here's the test information that I had entered, the product, no conversation, no return images. I can upload a shipping label on behalf of the on behalf of the seller there if it's my. And here, after tapping on the save button, the label would be saved. So I've just tapped here, and in a few seconds from now this label would be saved. So the label has been added here and would now be available for the customer there to download it and apply it as required. So that was about the manage return section. Then comes the manage return status. Here the admin will find a complete list of manage return statuses created by the admin himself and the marketplace vendors. The admin can edit any of the manage return statuses as required by tapping on the edit button, making the changes, and tapping on the save button. To add a new return status, the admin can tap here on the add new button, and if here he needs to enter the status name, choose the color, enable the status, and then tap on the save button to save the particular return status. Now the same goes for the manage returns reasons as well. So if I go to the manage return reasons, here the admin will find his own and the marketplace vendors return reasons. Here are the admins, here are the marketplace vendors. The admin can edit the marketplace vendor return reasons as well if required by tapping on the edit button, making the changes here and tapping on the save button. Or to add a new return reason, the admin can tap here in the add new button and enter the name of the reason, choose it as enabled or disabled, and tap on the save button, and the particular reason would be saved. So here you can see that something else went wrong has been saved. Coming to the manage mapped product section, here the admin can find the complete list of products for which the returns have been applied, and uh, and the admin can add new products to this particular list by tapping here on the add new button. And from here the admin can select the products that to which he wants to add the returns, so that whenever the customers access those products at the storefront, they are able to view the return tab on the product page. They have to enable this thing and choose the return types and the return reasons, and then tap on the save button. So the iPod touch would now be added here. So the iPod touch has been added as we have just edited it up. And here you can find the seller mapped products as well as the admin map products. These are the admin map product. I just added the iPod touch for the admin there. Now apart from that, the admin would also be able to navigate through catalog and products, and here he can edit any of his products and navigate to the return system and enable the return for a particular product as required. It is the same as the vendors were doing under their own account panel by navigating through product and then going to the return system tab on the edit product page and setting the status, choosing the return types and the return reasons for the particular product, and saving the product thereafter. So yes, that was much about the backend configuration of the OpenCart Marketplace RMA system, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the workflow of the same. If you still have any questions, queries, suggestions or requirements, then kindly do reach back to us at support@webkul.com, or you can raise a ticket at webkul@uvidesk.com as well. Apart from that, if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. Lastly, thanks for watching this particular video and have a great day ahead.